Disney just snubbed Ryan Reynolds big time. Shade, Deadpool Wolverine grossed $1.3 billion to set the tone for the MCU moving forward. And now the rumors are, nope, we're not gonna get there.
Whoosh. Ryan Reynolds was just passed over by Disney. Greatly. That shade. Wolverine from Deadpool made $1.3 billion. It appeared to establish the tone for the future of the MCU. Furthermore, the rumors are now untrue. We're not destined to arrive. Ryan Reynolds simply Disney threw them to the curb. And the reason for this is Blake Lively's judicial spectacle that in some way transformed Tickmeat into a case at the federal level. She's bringing Taylor in and suing the creators. Ryan's career is currently in free fall. Cleaned up from promotions and stopped by brands as well as completely radioactive. After Blake Lively served a subpoena on
Lively subpoenaed the defendant's dog walker's cousin's TikTok account. They found some really suspicious activity.
The TikTok, the defendant's cousins who walk dogs account. They discovered some truly suspicious behavior. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, now they are that Hollywood cautionary tale. Warns interns about. We are conversing. Complete dumpster fire in PR. I mean, Blake's is sending out subpoenas. Legal team at Coachella, like Confession as well as Ryan. He is merely standing, encased in litigation and glitter, wondering how in the world everything.
Wesley Snipes wanted him back, not some new one. To know that they're now going with Black Panther 3, a young X-Men, and they're now ignoring Deadpool?
Went so incorrect. Let's go back in time to May 15th, 2025. The real Mouse Empire, Disney, was ignored. Ryan Reynolds. Not respectfully, not ghosted, took a step, agonized him out. Why? Since he chose to stand next to Blake Lively, his wife, during what perhaps the most absurd celebrity outrage after cats appeared in movies. And not in a kind of nice, devoted way.
Previously reported on this a couple months ago about how Disney was not happy with Ryan about this lawsuit. Clearly, this lawsuit has affected his bottom line. He wants to pretend like it's not.
Additional similar to pulling your whole brand into the legal quagmire acting. In some ways, everything is fine. The man was the golden retriever of Hollywood. And he is now a Sunset Boulevard roadkill. You know, they wanted the Wesley Snipes. Not some new one, but him back. Oh, Tobaware that Black is now their partner. The young X-Men in Panther 3 are ignoring Deadpool now. The cringe fest was the beginning of Blake's mess. Promotion of the movie, it ends with use that transitioned from romantic drama to courtroom suspense more quickly.
Bob Iger himself is getting frustrated, which he is, with this whole thing. They want it to stop, and Ryan's insisting that no, it's not going to stop.
Then you could look up Career Collapse by Ryan Reynolds. What started off as criticism of the promo decisions in some way led to full-scale conflict with content producers. Yes, you read correctly, she said. Lawsuit against TikTokers. I am unable to. Now, we have already covered this few months prior regarding how Disney was dissatisfied with Ryan regarding this litigation. Evidently, this litigation has had an impact on his bottom line. He wishes to act as though it isn't. In the meantime, her own fan base incidentally began to turn against her, as if she had slapped a puppy live on television. And as though this burning train wreck wasn't already it's dramatic enough. People like Taylor Swift bailed. Soon as Taylor abandons.
Yeah, this is a bad update for Ryan Reynolds. It's pretty shocking that they aren't going to sort of immediately rush into a part 4, which could be a clear boon for them.
It's over. Close it up. Even her most devoted female gang members appeared. No thanks, he said, at this circus. Blake and Ryan went from royal to babe. Couple to you who officially invited them time. Let's now discuss Ryan's day. Reynolds entered Disney headquarters like everything was as usual. On May 15th, The man most likely entered believing they were going to discuss Deadpool merchandise or a fresh PR initiative. Adorable. Rather, Bob Iger was standing by himself. Holding day hour out is the professional equivalent. This was not a recommendation. This was a 72-hour notice period. Distance in public either. We remove you from Blake or you very thing. Marvel promotional materials are included in this. Posters.
Team will probably withdraw our subpoena before the judge can even look at our case. That way she avoids consequences while we're left with the stress, the trauma, and the fear that she already got what she wanted.
Events, you name it. Even if Bevan Bob Iger is becoming he's irritated, which he is, would they want it with this whole thing to halt? Additionally, Ryan is adamant that no, it will continue to do so. Disney genuinely operates the most calculating brand machine on the planet. They, unless the statistics indicate otherwise, don't blink. Additionally, the data seem to indicate that Ryan was not an asset, but technically a liability, a misunderstood spouse. A maverick PR risk was red flagged. Their inward dread replaced yellow on the reputation radar. Following the May 14th drop of court files, Ryan was suddenly more attractive than a litigation, and not in a sexual manner. By Ma, his name was removed from 2 on the 16th. Press conferences. The D23.
Many other content creators have been subpoenaed by Blake, most of whom are women, some of which are DV survivors. We don't know if TikTok gave her our info, or we can't get answers, and that's what's so terrifying. If a celebrity can weaponize the legal system to silence anonymous creators just for speaking out.
Announcement of Marvel, an anticipated appearance on America's Good Morning. Disappeared as if he had never been. They even beg in promoting Josh and Zazie Beetz. Brolin is in the marketing of Deadpool 3. On the side characters, everyone, Zazie, is fantastic. But let's be honest, when production companies push the over the lead, the supporting cast is the moment of the red wedding, the game is over. Thus, yes, this update for Ryan Reynolds is not good. That they aren't is very startling. I am going to sort of get right into a section 4, which can be a definite advantage for them. And this is the section that made me laugh a lot. Ryan.
To be fair, they had every reason to ask Marvel because of Nice Pool, the mocking, etc. There was a lot of stuff that Justin was responding to. It wasn't just SH claims that he was trying to save face for over the summer. It was all of the bad press.
Didn't even engage in any criminal activity. That's the worst portion for him. Simply stood too near to Oz. She played legal hopscotch. Blake with the Constitution. It seems that all the amount of time it takes to remove Disney Srembering 2. Help your wife as share requesting comments from TikTok core sections. You must truly honor the speed of this decline. It's the Olympics. Degree of self-destruction. Oh, but we haven't finished yet. Let's have a conversation about Blake's small-scale courtroom slaughter. Blake Lively sued more than just critics. She went into full earth-scorched mode. Hera subpoena procession was started by the legal team.
This is absolutely bad news for them, and so I think it's hard to not see this as Disney getting fed up.
Most recent public appearance was doing a promotional shot in London on April 2 for a brand of booze. Additionally, in accordance with insiders, the atmosphere was rigid, uncomfortable, and strangely formal, similar to two co-workers who despise one another, but nevertheless require thessalary. Professional but aloof, they stated. Translation: we're acting as though we avoid hating one another in front of the cameras. However, this marriage is still going strong. By a brand contract and a thread. Disney is no longer content. Indeed, Bob Iger, Disney, and he have been attempting to make Ryan Reynolds stop this bullshit. All of this is completely true. This is not pointless. Furthermore, naturally, everything is disintegrating. Professionally as well. Ryan's business, maximum effort. The irony has flatlined out totally. 3 main projects were only put on hold: The Shadow Curtain starring Amazon, a comedy series Rudolph, Maya, and a documentary series on F's and celebrity branding. Every single one of them put on indefinite hold. Netflix was unable to. They get far enough away. Leaked May 19th emails verified the evident. Nobody is making contact with name Reynolds lively. It's suddenly like a virus. Additionally, keep in mind that $610 Diageo and $1 million gin deal. Indeed, Yvonne Ter taking a step back. The individual's Ryan's face was actually printed on alcohol. Bottles are saying, well, perhaps not. At this moment, Ryan, that's what the case is for. You didn't just toss your power away. Around and continue to insist that it's necessary to leave, and you'd reso disconnected. It's crazy. Then the Times. Square moment arrives. Imagine a 70-foot billboard with Reynolds on it, fully decked out for Father's Day. Other side of the NASDAQ tower. Poof! Tugged on May 20th. Suddenly, it was gone. When, according to the media buyer, they didn't receive a notice of rescheduling. In other words, this was immediate harm to one's reputation. Terminate to mission right now. To massive media outlets. Stop it. 360i and Horizon Media. On high-end advertisements with Blake and Ryan. You are aware of how awful it must feel. 4 ad firms will halt advertising following. Have they been shot already? They would prefer there than take the chance of being associated with this circus. This lawsuit was initiated by you all. Let's not forget that it was you that initiated the litigation. And you know what? Even Gin of Aviation, Ryan's beloved child, suffered a setback. Diageo stock between May 19th and May 25th fell 64%. That was the biggest drop they had ever experienced in 9 months. And that's it, buddy. The Reynolds effect, as we call it. The man who turns sarcasm into a, simply put, currency hurts business. In an attempt to restore control, Ryan tow repurchase. Further aviation, gin stock. Like in some way, getting more involved will make everything better. According to Diageo, thanks, but gratitude none. Their answer was essentially business jargon for we're not accompanying you to the bottom. They did not even act as though you were telling him directly. Translation, not the right time. Dude, you're radioactive. Thus, in Theover around 2 weeks, Ryan Reynolds sees serving as the spokesperson for each worldwide billboard and brand. Being erased like a poorly done Photoshop work. No one wants to be involved in this mess. Not the brands, the studios, or not even the gin folks, but listers. And Blake is still pursuing legal action and acting as though she is the actual victim. As her empire falls apart all around, Ryan, meanwhile, stands there as observing a broken bobblehead every project he has worked on freezes, paused, or erased from the world. Let's begin by acknowledging that Blake's third updated filing was made by Lively, grievance, and it's more than 700 this time, pages long, 700 pages. A girl made a marvel out of her lawsuit, script, without the storyline, consistency, or likability. She isn't merely suing. No longer. Her submission is a dystopian one, new to the court. I think she read-it attorneys are basically crawl plus seed. Inserted the threads into a PDF. Hi there, everybody. Additionally, there has been another. This has been expanded to 700 pages. Legal drama that began yesterday. It's bananas. But hold on, things will improve. Within these doorstop-sized court filing, she reallied charges Justin Baldwin with planning a smear campaign on TikTok from a hammock in Maui. Not kidding though. She's essentially asserting that during Justin's while on holiday with his spouse and children, he was in some way in charge of the TikTok algorithm, akin to a villain from a James Bond movie, a beach lounger that doubles as pineapple juicy annihilation of hands and the internet in Thena. That is the degree of reasoning we're coping with here. All of the negative publicity that Ryan's tiny insights. All of these, he was putting himself in danger toy in order to mock Justin Baldone. Blake, meanwhile, is sobbing. Anguish due to hatred. On the red carpet charts, the actual war crimes, you know? Although she claims to be traumatized, she's been using the identical carpets in introducing a new designer with Bespoke. Channel dressed as though it were New York for the subpoena. Fashion Week. If this is a distressing situation, then ignore the trauma. She's radiant. Here's the breaking news, though. Hull Blake Lively showed courage be surviving the anguish of online.
I firmly believe they're fed up. Look, they filed a motion to quash it. They didn't want to be anything to do with this. Why would we be in this? This is crazy. Clearly, Ryan was instrumental in the marketing of the movie, and the marketing was a huge problem. So yeah, Ryan now has to save face to prove that, no, it wasn't his fault. The marketing wasn't my fault, babe. And also, Blake doesn't like to get the bad press.
Experts are calling this a bold new frontier in litigation, feelings-based lawfare. If successful, this case could open the door for millions of fragile public figures.